Oh, hey guys. Dr. Rachel here. This is a little impromptu live. I was gonna do a video and record it, but yeah, just hang out for a second and see if anybody shows up. Oh, hey. Oh, hey therapist, in the chat. I'm at an Airbnb right now. I don't know what this is a picture of. So, I don't know. Whatever. I didn't post this link anywhere. Oh, hey Becky. Yay, some people have their notifications on. That's very nice. Hey, so I was just saying, Becky, I wanted to do, um, oh, Pammy, hi. Oh, I'm gonna have people actually watch me. Okay, so here's the thing. Hey, Joy. Okay, now I have to just wait a second. You guys are awesome. That's so cool to know that people have their notifications on and like I'm just like I can just come on live and you guys are like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" I thought I'd share a little personal journey. So anyway, the first personal journey is that this painting, I don't know what it is. I'm in an Airbnb and then there's like brick behind me. I kind of look like it's if I go like this, I'm like incarcerated, and if I go like this, I have bad taste. I don't know. So I just stuck with this. Um so I am right now I'm in Boston with my daughter and I have some free time. So like 2, 3 weeks ago maybe I was like, you know what? I need to do a video on postpartum depression. I told our therapist, and it might have been longer ago than that, but almost every day since then, I'm like, I need to do that video. So today I told her to message me if, and remind me and pressure me to do this video. And so, oh my gosh, whatever, Capri. Thank y'all. I was just like walking around being all sweaty and gross. So thank you. So yeah, so I'm like, dude, I can't get myself motivated to do this video. Like I'll have these moments where I'm like fleeting moments where I'm like, yeah, I'm so I need to do this video, but like I don't have makeup on or I'm like, I don't want to get out of bed or whatever. And then I don't. But actually what I realized is I don't want to do this video because I don't want to talk about this. And if I'm real with myself, like talking about this kind of sucks and it's awkward and it feels weird. So, hi, Irish Luna. So I was like, all right, I just need to bite the bullet. So, what just happened, like 30 seconds, no, like 3 minutes before this video, is that I recorded a video, but I did it through Snapchat because I wanted it to filter my skin and make it look nicer. But apparently, Snapchat cut you off at 3 minutes. So my video went poof into the wherever, it's gone. So now I have to talk about it again, and I have already explained all of this to myself out loud in this room. So now I'm just on StreamYard going live because whatever, it's never gonna get done if I don't just do it like this. Um, so with this Lindsay Clancy, this horrible trial going on, I was like, there's all this talk about like, well, she didn't tell this and she didn't tell that and she didn't. You know what? Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants to be like, "Oh yeah, I hated being a mom of an infant." Like nobody wants to admit that. And I even found so when my daughter who now is about to be 16 next week, when she was born, I was waiting for the joy to set in. I was waiting for that motherly, just like I thought it I was like, it's supposed to be the best time in your life, right? You're supposed to be full of joy and you have this precious little baby and oh my gosh, she's everything to me. And I mean, that is not how I felt at all. So about a month in, I remember looking at her and looking at my husband and being like, did we make a huge mistake? Like like panic, like we already did this. We can't take this back. And this was a huge mistake, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm a good mom. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't even know if I have a maternal instinct. I didn't feel it. I wasn't, like, feeling that feeling of, like, "Oh, my baby." It was not fun. I was not enjoying it. I hated getting up in the middle of the night. I had to be home with her, and I was like, "I can't wait till she can go to daycare." It was awful, and I hate even saying this because obviously things are so different now, and, um, I mean, I adore her, and I can't even let myself think about the fact I only have 2 more years with her. But I had already had depression prior, and so I was more susceptible, and I was like, "I have to go see someone about this, like, I have to go talk to somebody." So, I didn't have anybody local, I had to find someone because I stopped medication when I was pregnant, because I was like, I'm gonna be one of those people who has no more mental health problems because I'm pregnant, and I'm gonna be the happiest I've ever been when I'm pregnant, and when I have my baby, I'm gonna be even happier, and I'll never have to be on medication again, and it'll be great. I was gonna be one of those. Well, let me tell you, first of all, I also hate being pregnant, but that's a whole other thing. So, yeah, like, everyone promised that you're gonna and, you see other people, you never go visit somebody with a new baby, and they're like, "This sucks." You know what I mean? Like, it's always very, "Oh, it's the happiest time to look at her, oh." Okay, anyway, enough of that. So I was like, "Did I just have a baby because my husband wanted kids? I don't know what I was thinking." So I go to see this psychiatrist. Now, um oh, also, let me just add that when you're a psychologist and you have a kid and you understand attachment and you understand, like, all these things that can harm your child, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, I am, like, foundationally destroying my kid because I'm not bonding." That's a whole other thing. She turns out she's beautiful. She's a golden child, okay? Like, let's just say. Oh, I'll tell you what happened after. Let me get to the point. So, I go to the psychiatrist. It was a new person. I had never seen her before. Because remember, I had stopped everything. I was like a year off of medication. I was gonna be great. And my friend went with me, which was probably good. But she's like, "Are you having any thoughts of hurting your baby?" And I was like, "No." Like, "No." I mean, I had her with me in that appointment too. I was like, "No." And she's like, "Do you ever think about what like, it would just be better if this never happened?" And I was like, mhm. And then she said, "Do you ever have, like, intrusive thoughts about, like, do you ever have thoughts of hurting her or pictures in your head of what it would be like to hurt her or, bizarre things like, what if I put her in the microwave?" And I was like, "Excuse me? Ma'am, no." Which, no, I did not, thank God, have any thoughts like that. But she said, I was like, "No, like, how dare you?" And she said, "Because if you do have those thoughts or anything that I mentioned, it's okay to tell me." Curviel, that's not even funny. But she's like, "It's okay to tell me because sometimes after women have children, they have these thoughts, like, and they're too weird and nobody wants to talk about them, and I just want you to know that you can tell me. I'm not gonna put you in the hospital. You're not gonna get your kid taken away, and, we can help you so that those things can be better and go away." And I was like, "This woman is on crack." Like, I was like, "Okay, that was really bold, dude, like, whatever." And I was like, "No, I mean, I do wonder if I made a mistake, like, if I'm gonna be able to do this and hack it." And she's like, "Okay, good." And so she talked to me about it for a while, and even leaving there, I mean, guys, even probably, like, 5 years ago, I would think back on that and be like, "Dude." So she prescribed me a medication at the time, which is a very strong medication, and she explained to me that, "I know you said you're not having those thoughts." She said, "But clearly, like, this is very related to the birth of your child." She said, "And I want you to get up out of your depression quickly." She said, "And I also want you to sleep." She said, "So I'm going to prescribe this medication to you, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to tell your husband, 'I have to take this at 8 o'clock, and then I'm gonna be going to sleep, and you're gonna have to take care of the baby for a week, like, overnight," because I wasn't breastfeeding at that point because that was a whole other thing. And she's like, Will your husband do that?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." So that's what I did. I went home, and for 2 weeks, I took this medication, and I knocked myself out at 8, and I woke up at 6, and the depression resolved fairly quickly. I mean, to like, at least to the point where I wasn't having those, like, terrible feelings anymore. And, I felt like, "Okay, yeah, I can do this." And I even thought at the time, I was like, "Man, why'd you give me that? I'm not staying on this medication. This is, like, a lot." But I did appreciate the sleep. So, then I was able to taper onto something just more normal and sustainable, and, the rest is history. Well, it's not the rest is history, but I am so grateful to her for doing that, even though I thought she was crazy and overreacting. Because what if it had progressed to something more serious? What if I was too slow to respond to something that would take 2 to 4 weeks. Um, so I'm just really grateful for that, and it also, especially, like, as I'm watching this trial, I'm like, "Man, the things that these providers failed to ask." Like, I don't know, what I did think at the time? I thought, "Man, this psychiatrist must have been sued before." That's what I thought. I was like, "Because she is really cracking hard into this." I was like, she's asking me this stuff and she's prescribing this medication because she's like, not again." But, like, maybe not. Maybe she was just really good and that's what she needed to do, and I actually ended up stopping seeing her. I only saw her a few times just because I was like, she's, like, really prescription happy." Um, but so then I was prepared when I got pregnant with my son, I was prepared to, and I understood that I needed to be on something while I was pregnant and then on something more after I gave birth because, it was gonna happen again, and I needed to be prepared, and there's always risk, you have to weigh the risks, and I knew whatever effects there might be with him, it's gonna be even worse if I'm not okay. So, and he's fine. He's he is a joy in my life. He has had his fair share of issues, but I don't, unrelated to this. Um, Anything that I did while pregnant, but, you know, I think some doctors do overprescribe. I think Lindsay probably saw some of that. Yes, therapists, I think, probably saw some of that, and was worried it would be her, but I also wonder if there was just some, like, paranoid thoughts creeping in too, and she felt so bad that she couldn't differentiate, like, what was medicine versus what was just going on, and not to mention, if she's bipolar, those low doses only for a couple days probably did make her feel worse. So anyway, enough about her, but I just think, I just wanted to talk about it because I hope that people see this who, if you know anybody who needs to hear this, um please share it with them because I want people to know that, like, if you don't feel joy after having your baby, it's okay. And you should tell someone. And it doesn't mean that you're going to feel amazing joy after you're medicated, but you're going to be able to get to a point where you're functioning and where you can bond. And the funny thing is, I always attribute how awesome my daughter is to the amount of eye contact I gave her because I was in this mode where, and this might have actually been a little bit postpartum anxiety on my part too, but yes, Capri's son and my son are very similar. Um but I was like, okay, she needs eye contact. That is how you bond, and so I had already felt kind of like I had missed out on some of that for a couple months, so I would have her we'd watch TV, and I would have her carrier, she'd be in it facing me, and I would be looking at her all and talking like, I am not even kidding you, like, constantly. She was probably like, "Shut up." She was probably like, "My mom will not stop looking at me and talking to me." Oh my gosh, but I'm like, "Man, she's successful today because of all that eye contact." I'm telling you right now, her brain was just like, I love this, and it worked out so well for her. And then you have your second one, and you're like so busy with the first and everything else that you're like, yeah, I see you. Okay. No, but anyway, so yeah, so it was that, and I was like, people just put their baby in a carrier and walk away, like, and get stuff done, and, like, it's just sitting there, like, your baby's just sitting there, isn't she bored? Like, I don't know, I just couldn't wrap my head around the idea that your baby can sit there and, like, look at its mobile and watch what's going on around it, and it's okay. I was like, "No, must be interacting." And there came a point where I had to realize that, like, I can't be interacting that much, like, I'm gonna lose it. So it was just this, like, I felt like I was detached, and I went from detached to, "I gotta make up for this, and I'm so anxious about her development now, and I have to stare at her nonstop." And, it took me a while to find that middle area, but, you know, the reason why we think it's not okay to talk about this is because nobody talks about it, and you think that you're the only person that isn't happy with this situation. Um, so you know what? Being a parent is very hard. being the parent of an infant is very hard. And you know what? Infancy might not be your stage. It might not be the stage that you love. And that's okay. Like, you can still bond with your child and get through that infancy stage and into the next phase, and maybe that'll be a little bit better. Maybe you'll be like, "Oh my gosh, this is also really hard." But there will come a point where you're okay, and please talk about it. Like, yeah, it's not, it feels shameful, but it shouldn't. It's not shameful to say, "I don't really like being a mom right now." Like, that's okay to say. Um, it's okay to say, "You know what? Like, I don't know if kids are my thing." I just feel like, yeah, yeah, everybody will be like, "Oh, yeah, I had 15 kids and I was just popping them out like Kleenex and I feel amazing." All good. I mean, some people are. Some people love it and they have a great experience, but I think when you and that's why you feel so, that's all you ever hear about is the people that are having a good old time. And then here's the other thing. I did have one person who, when my son was born, and this wasn't like a depression thing, but just a difficult parenting thing, he had colic really, really badly. Like, they thought that maybe his intestines was twisted and stuff. And so he was like screaming nonstop. And I reached out for help, a couple of my friends. And in hindsight, I think that my friends thought like, she just thinks this is like, she just doesn't do well with this, with infancy. What, like, I think that they thought I was overreacting to him. But my friend came over to let me take a nap while she held him, and when I got up from my nap and came downstairs, she was like, "Rachel, he's in pain. Like, he's really screaming, like, this is real." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." So anyway, look, we need to believe moms, okay? And if they are acting out of anxiety or depression or whatever else, we still need to believe them and we still need to help them. And so, yeah, listen, I don't know. Yes, the Kleenex Capri. Trivial, frivolous. And then you have people that know that they should not be in charge of children, and that's okay to admit. It's okay. If when you think about children, you think about how we have a need for elementary penitentiaries, then, you probably should just, you know, just be with children under supervision, okay? Anyway, yes. Oh, hey, Kathy. Oh gosh, am I gonna be mad at you? Okay, wait. I had the perfect child. She had to be woken up to be fed. Yeah, also, I don't need to hear, at that time, I was like, "Can I not hear stories about anyone who had a perfect baby experience?" But anyway, okay. Oh, and then 19 months later, had the child from hell and thought I was the worst mother ever. Turns out he was allergic to milk. Yeah, telling you, man, the digestive issues are the real deal. And listen, I have an entire theory on colic, and I need to do a longitudinal study on how colic affects children, um, related to eating and food and mood and other things, but that's probably for a whole other time. Um, Elementary penitentiary. Yeah, I don't know what the tune to that song is. Um, Thank you guys for being here and listening. And if you want to share this with people you think need to hear it, please do. And yes, Capri, I had to have a group of friends come over to sit with me to help me let her cry it out. Wait, oh, look what I can do. I never control this because the therapist always does. Let her cry it out for like 10 minutes at a time because I was a single mom and absolutely a wreck and hadn't slept in months. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Good for you asking for help. Also, my son didn't sleep through the night until he was 6 years old. Mhm. Multiple times a night he would get up. And I don't know that I've caught up yet. So thank you, therapist. Did you go to court today? Or I went to Zoom court for my job today. Yes. I did not go to Lindsay's trial. I am going to go Thursday, and I have to hope that I can get in during the morning break because I'm not gonna be able to get there early enough with dropping my daughter off. Um, yeah. So I will definitely do some impromptu lives, like, at breaks there when I can get in. He still wakes up multiple times a night, but he plays on his own, so I don't know. Well, there came a point when he was, like, 4, no, it was probably later than that, like 5, and I had to put the baby gate back up at the top of the stairs because he was, like, sleepwalking so bad, I was afraid he was gonna fall down the stairs. Um, yeah, but he won't fall anymore, so that's good. You're welcome, guys. I'm gonna go. Thanks. You're the best, and I can't wait to see you either this Thursday when I do live whatevers, or at the very least, in September. Yay! Back to trivia. All right, guys. Bye. Um, it says set outro video. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay, bye.